Hello and welcome back to the Who Review, bringing old Who a new view. I'd like to begin this episode with a word about... You know what? Let's skip the usual infodump and jump straight into the Who. You know you want me to, I know I want me to. So without further ado, let's go with Marco Polo. Roll 'em!
I wonder, if only... Well, the doctor isn't very reliable, you know. Mustn't count on it.
We're always in trouble. Isn't this extraordinary? It follows us everywhere.
What's the matter?
All the lights in the...
Well, couldn't be avoided forever. Folks, the time has come for me to introduce you to what is going to be the most frustrating challenge of the Who Review, the Lost episodes.
Bad robot!
No! No! By lost, I meant a strictly lowercase l lost. Time for a history lesson. Much as I hate to sound like an old fogey, back in the day, television fans didn't have it as nice as they do nowadays. Remember, these episodes aired in the early 60s. While home video recorders did exist as early as 1963, they were difficult to put together and extremely pricey. Wikipedia informs me that it wasn't until the late 1970s that VCR started to become a mass-market consumer product. Worse, the BBC didn't properly archive all their old episodes as they should have. Why not?
We will explain later!
For now, suffice it to say that they didn't. Consequently, a tragic amount of video footage from the earliest arcs is simply gone, reduced to mere slideshow presentations. Slideshow presentations, I tell you! However, one silver lining remains in this storm cloud. Even though some of the video footage is lost, all of Doctor Who exists in an audio format. For lack of a VCR, the Who fans of yesteryear used their microphones to record all the episodes, which is a nicety not every old show of that day could boast. Kudos to you, Whovians of yesteryear. As I've said before, my quest is to review all the old Who arcs. The way I see it, if Linkara can make an entire career of reviewing still images, I can do these lost arcs. One more note. Not all lost episodes of Doctor Who are created equal. Some are a little lost, some are half lost, others are all lost. So, to help quantify what's missing, it is my bittersweet pleasure to introduce the Who Lostometer. Now, today's arc, Marco Polo, is comprised of 7 episodes. Of these 7, let's see how many are missing. All of them! All of them! Not gonna start me off easy, are ya? Now, right off the bat, you may have noticed something a bit new. Color! This is a rare treat indeed. Good people who brought you this reconstruction, Loose Cannon Studios, actually went and colored this episode, frame by frame. Thanks, guys. Help soften the blow a bit. What's this buzz of disapproval I hear in the background?
And for those amongst you who insist that the 60s episode should be viewed in black and white, well, you can simply turn down the colour on your TV.
Well said, sir. Anyway, we begin with original footage of a very old Marco Polo, recounting a certain incident in his memoirs.
Strangest of all was the time I encountered 4 travellers with their strange caravan. Yes, I remember now.
have been made by a giant.
Just a few more seconds of full motion video. 3, 2, 1.
What do you make of this?
Well, it could be a perfectly ordinary footprint, Susan. And the sun's melted the edges and made it look a bit bigger.
This is science fiction, not a murder mystery. You aren't supposed to logic away the supernatural. Ian, I don't care what you say. That is Bigfoot's footprint. See, what I think happened is this. Oh, who wrote the last arc? Uh-huh. Now who wrote this arc? Super. So John Lucarotti gets to the end of David Whitaker's script, and he's like, Bigfoot's footprint? Really, Whitaker? Hey, just between us writers, have you forgotten who I am? I am John frickin' Lucarotti, that's who! Play writing putz thinking you could railroad me into writing 7 episodes of a Sasquatch? Well, what's this? Well, it could be a perfectly ordinary footprint, Susan. And the sun's melted the edges and made it a little bit bigger. There! Eat that, Whitaker! Eat it! If you thought the technical difficulties couldn't get any worse than last arc, guess what?
What's the matter? All the lights in the ship have gone out. The whole circuit has burnt itself to a cinder, and as it...
This looks like a job for AAA. Since it beats slowly freezing to death, Ian and Barbara head down the mountain to find them. It's Bigfoot after all!
You don't believe me, do you? Well, look at these footprints.
God help me. They discover Bigfoot's actually the leader of some 13th century Mongols, and rather unneighborly to boot.
Hear me, Mongols. In these parts live evil spirits who take our likeness to deceive us and then lead us to our deaths. Let us therefore destroy these evil spirits before they destroy us. Destroy them. Stop!
Actually, he isn't even really the leader. Marco Polo here is. And man, gotta give props to the BBC's makeup department. They really know how to add 30 years onto an actor's face. Marco brings our heroes into his camp, acting under the authority of Kublai Khan.
He was a great Mongol leader who conquered all of Asia.
I'm afraid the liquid is not too warm, but the cold here is so intense it even robs the flame of its heat.
Oh, it takes little nourishment, sir.
The cold can't affect the heat of the flame, sir. The liquid boils at a lower temperature because there's so little air up here.
My companions are the Lady Pingcho and the Warlord Tegan.
My most trusted advisor.
My life is but to serve you, my lord.
Susan strikes up a fast friendship with the Lady Ping Cho.
The marriage has been arranged by my family. I know only 2 things about him. What are they? He's a very important man. That's a good start. And he's 75 years old.
Well, that just means it's a short wait till you're a wealthy widow. I mean, he's 75 years old in the 13th century? It'd be a miracle if he made it to the altar. But there's no buddying up with Warlord Tagana.
They are evil spirits, sorcerers, magicians. The carriage they travel in has no wheels. It just stands there like a warlord's tomb on one end. And another thing, it is not large enough to carry 4 people. And yet I saw all 4 walk from it.
Huh. Guy knows how to argue his case. And up to now I didn't think there was anything to the guy beyond... So Marco goes to investigate the evil ghost wizard's caravan.
Where are the wheels?
It doesn't have any.
Then how does it move?
Through the air.
Did I not say that they were evil spirits?
Well, at the Khan's court in Peking, I have seen Buddhist monks make cups of wine fly through the air unaided and offer themselves to the great Khan's lips.
Interesting. Ian, what does science have to say to debunk this miracle? Science isn't up to it right now. Another time, perhaps. Well, who can pass up a magic flying caravan when it falls right in your lap? Next thing we know, they're all at this inn.
My home is Venice. When I arrived at the Khan's court, I was 21. Doctor, I have not seen my home for 18 years. I want to go back.
Bring him along, I say. Imagine touring time and space alongside Marco Polo. How well do you think he'd hold up against the Dalek?
But ask the Khan again.
I intend to. This time, I shall offer him a gift so magnificent that he will not be able to refuse me.
The TARDIS?
You're mad.
You can make another.
What in Peking?
On second thought, keep him out. This guy'd be dumber than Susan. Worse, Tagana decides he wants a flying box for himself.
Be careful, my lord. One drop will poison an army.
I will use it well.
Magic phobia? What magic phobia?
The journey across this vast ocean of sand is slow and hazardous. To make matters worse, the old doctor continually shows his disapproval of my action by being both difficult and bad-tempered. For 3 days now, during which time we have covered no more than 30 miles, I have had to endure his insults.
Actually, Tagana ends up not using poison. Instead, he sneaks out at night and cuts open almost all the caravan's water gourds. Next morning, Marco Polo sees what's been done and attributes it to desert bandits.
The bandits follow a caravan out into the desert. Then one night this happens. The caravan is forced to turn back. Then when everyone is weak through lack of water, the bandits attack.
There must be somewhere else we can go to.
The nearest is a small oasis, but that's 1 week's journey north from here.
Mark.
There is another danger, Ian. Bandits always camp near an oasis.
Ultimately, they choose to try for the oasis. The further they travel, the less miles they cover, day by day.
Is this all we're going to get until tonight?
Till we reach the oasis, Doctor, yes.
I will go to the oasis and bring back water.
Somehow, I can't help admiring the nasty saboteur's willingness to suffer alongside his victims. I mean, come on. He's got to be just as thirsty. The doctor collapses, and his companions persuade Marco that the best place for him to recuperate is inside the TARDIS. Man's probably too parched to argue.
Without water, the doctor isn't going to last 24 hours.
None of us are, Ian. Without water. Our fate rests with Tagana.
Here's water, Marco Polo! Come for it!
And you wanted me to write about Bigfoot.